In today's video, we're going to take a look at the first wave of the new 2026 LEGO Speed Champion sets. First we're going to build them, then we're going to talk about how this may be the best and also the strangest Speed Champions release wave LEGO's ever put out. And after that, we're going to take them apart and we're going to downgrade them. Wait, what? The LEGO Speed Champions line has been around since 2015, and in that time, they've released tons and tons of cars. Mostly supercars, sports cars, classic muscle cars, stuff like that. But over the last couple years, they've been sneaking some movie cars into the lineup. Mostly from the Fast and Furious franchise. Family. In fact, up until now, they've only released 4 cars that have been specifically for movies. And for this first wave of 2026 Speed Champions, we got 3 more. And unfortunately, not a single one of them is Jesse's Jetta.
I'm so sorry.
Of course, we got some classic Speed Champion cars like the Bugatti Vision, the McLaren W1, and the Ferrari SF90. But on top of that, we got the F1 car from F1 the movie, the vehicle I was most looking forward to, the Time Machine from Back to the Future, and of course, Lightning McQueen from Cars. And this is probably the weirdest one of the bunch. I'll get into why I think that a little bit later in the video. But enough talking, let's get to building. Starting with what turned out to actually be my favorite of the whole bunch, the Bugatti Vision GT. When I was looking at the lineup of the new cars, this one actually didn't do it for me at first. But after putting all of them together, I gotta say, this one is easily my favorite. The colors look great, the shaping is awesome. I really like how curvy they managed to make this LEGO set, which is hard to do considering LEGOs are not known for being very curvy. Thanks to some clever building techniques throughout the build, the final result looks great. Overall, if you're only going to pick up one of the Speed Champions this year, this is the one to get. I do have a question though. What is this little thing in the passenger side supposed to be? I'm not really sure. If you know, let me know down in the comments. The minifigure's pretty cool too, pretty standard for Speed Champion set. Comes with a blue Bugatti shirt, and it does the part. But y'all know on this channel, I don't just build the sets, I like to make my own versions. And when I said I was going to downgrade them, this is what I meant. I shrunk all of the new Speed Champion sets down into the old school 6-stud wide format. It fits better with minifig scale, and it's a scale that I like. Plus it was a fun challenge to try to take some of the techniques from the set, which were awesome, and translate them down into a smaller format. And this one, the Bugatti in particular, turned out really well. It was surprisingly easy to shrink down. And I know the proportions are a little off compared to the set, but as far as a LEGO thing goes, I think I like the 6-stud version better, which is why I made the instructions for this one free on my Rebrickable and Patreon pages. So if you want to build this, or any of the other vehicles in this video, check out the links in the description. The next one I built was the Ferrari SF90 XX Stradale, and this one was really good too. There were lots of clever building techniques. I really liked the way that the front end came together, and the roof of the car was pretty cool too. I'm not wild about the sides, I think they look a little flat, but overall I think it's pretty good. I really wish LEGO would re-release those old school short mudguards in red. Alas, we get these long mudguards again, which are cool. At least the ones that came on this set have a cool little side vent print, so that's neat. Another thing I really like on this set are the new wheels. I think they look great, and I hope LEGO keeps on putting out custom wheels for the Speed Champion sets. The minifig looks good too. The Ferrari hoodie tucked into the jeans is a choice, but it looks pretty cool. I know that some people don't like the roof gap here, but it didn't really bother me. I know there's also a lot of hate for the spoiler online, but I don't really get it. If you can explain it to me calmly down in the comments, let me know. But enough about the set. Let's take a look at the mock. And I think this one turned out pretty good too. I actually made an SF90 a while ago, so I used that as the basis for this one. And because my version is more based on my old mock, whereas the Bugatti was based on the set, my SF90 doesn't share a lot of the techniques with the original. It does share a lot of the pieces though. I tried to squeeze as many details as I could into it, but this one was pretty tough at a smaller scale. But overall, I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? And now for the last of the normal cars from this year's Speed Champions wave. Well, I say normal even though it's a McLaren W1, but you know what I mean. Like the two I've already went over, this is also a really good build. There's lots of fun building techniques, and some nice part usages too. I love the color, and it even has a pretty cool play feature. You can move the spoiler back and forth. Neato. Again, the minifig's wearing a pretty cool hoodie, and overall, I really like this set. It's a good one. This whole wave of Speed Champions has been pretty great. It's probably one of my favorites in the last couple years. That's probably why I had so much fun shrinking them down to city scale. Because this one, I also really like the way it turned out. I got as many details as I could from the original set. I was even able to use some of the techniques from it. I even managed to keep the spoiler function on it too. And like the Bugatti, I think it shrunk down really well. But that's it for the first half of the release. Let's move on to the more unique cars that came out. Now I know what you're wondering.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
It's a Brad Pitt minifig. Now unlike the other cars in this video, I didn't buy a spare this set. And I already built the mock version, so I don't have the original to compare it to. I went to Target to pick up doubles of all the sets for this video, but when I got there, they didn't have this one. and I didn't really feel like going across town to pick up another LEGO set, especially after getting the other 5. And after looking at my bank account, I decided,
Ain't nobody got money for that.
but it's very similar to the other 10 F1 cars that LEGO put out last year. If you want to see a full video on one of those, I actually made 2. Check them out over on my channel. I also made mock versions of the Ferrari and the 2 Red Bull cars too. But overall, the F1 cars are kinda samey. There's small differences in between each set, but really, it does get a little redundant. It's cool to get a Brad Pitt minifig though. I'm just glad they're done with them and they're not putting out any more. Oh, and in the mock, the driver's headless. And now for the set that I was looking forward to the most. The Time Machine from Back to the Future. It was pretty cool that LEGO finally got a chance to try this car again. Especially since the last time they did it in this scale was in 2013, and that one's a little questionable. This one would have to be better though, right? Of course it is. Look at that thing. As usual, there's lots of great building techniques throughout the model. Everything comes together real well. I really like the greebling on the rear section of the car. The rope leading from the front all the way to the back is pretty cool the way they put it together. And there are a ton of printed pieces on this set that are pretty useful. You've got the flux capacitor, the date dial on the dashboard of the car, the 2 printed license plates, the hubcaps, and there's tons of these little translucent blue tiles with a kind of gray metallic print on top of them that would be pretty useful in a mock. In fact, I feel like all of the sets this year had less stickers than usual, which is pretty cool. But nothing's coming close to that no sticker Dodge Challenger from last year. And of course the set comes with Marty McFly and Doc Brown, and this is my first time having these 2 minifigs. They've released them a couple times, but they were either in expired sets or really expensive ones. And well, tell them Sweet Brown.
Ain't nobody got money for that.
But now let's take a look at the mock. And I actually built a version of this a while ago, but when the new set came out, I decided it was time to update it. I used a lot of the new prints and parts from it, and I really like the way the new version looks. How about you? And now onto the final set in the wave, Steve McQueen. Wait, no, Lightning McQueen. They do have something in common though. Steve also liked to go fast. I wonder if that's where they got the name from. And this one, like I said, I think it's a little strange, but strange in a good way. Instead of the usual supercar or muscle car that we get from Speed Champions, this time they gave us something a little different. It's a movie car, it doesn't fit anybody inside of it, and instead of coming with any minifigs like Speed Champion sets usually do, just like the movie, the car itself is the character. And instead of using the regular Speed Champion chassis, you built a custom one for this one. And I thought that was really cool. It allows you to get some unusual connections that you wouldn't normally have using the standard Speed Champions chassis. And overall, the shaping of the car looks really good once it's all put together. And instead of downgrading this one, I'm gonna upgrade it. I got rid of the studs on the hood. I built a tongue for him so you could reenact the opening scene from the first movie. I even did a custom wheels mod that allows the tires to move around more freely, just like they do in the films. And if you want to see how I did these upgrades and try doing them yourself, check out this video on my channel. I did a full breakdown of each upgrade, so you can try doing them too. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. What'd you think? If you couldn't tell, I was getting over a cold, so my voice is a little shot. So I really appreciate y'all bearing with me through this one. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and let me know what I should build next. As always, instructions are available for everything on my Rebrickable and Patreon pages. Speaking of Patreon, huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, especially Stan, Zach, Jim, Ricky Bricks, Derek, Darius, Ruby's Music, Harley, Articular Pack 6, and Jenny N. Thank y'all so much for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.